Today I'm going to show you how I make an espresso on my Gaggia Classic Pro with a medium roast and my Espresso k-kax. Alright, so I'm going to weigh out my beans in the catch cup. Turn on the scale, tear it out, and I'm going to do 18 grams of espresso in, and then about 36 to 40 grams of coffee out. Pretty on the money. All right. Put that in here, and I have my grinder set. If you have a Espresso k-max or K-series grinder, I go a little bit past the 3. Let's see. 2 clicks past 3 on a medium roast. I'll show you what my medium roast looks like. All right. Give that a quick grind here.
So while I'm grinding my coffee, I thought I'd talk a little bit about grind size. So I have an assortment of objects here that I thought were small enough, like a paperclip and a nail and a bobby pin and a dime. I just wanted something to show scale. I'm like pushing the coffee around, it can like hold my fingerprints. It's really fine. Something like a blade grinder, it can grind into a fine powder, but investing in something like a hand grinder or a nice electric grinder, it'll be worth your time. It'll make your life so much easier for grinding for espresso, because I had a blade grinder. I was trying to grind for espresso and it just doesn't work. It's too uneven. So something that has the ability to grind down to espresso just makes your life so much easier.
All right, once the coffee's all ground up, you'll see some kind of retention left in here. Now, a lot of people like to spray their beans, but I get all cautious about putting too much water in and rusting out my burrs. It's the last thing I want to do, but because I'll forget to dry them out and taking this thing apart, I just won't do it. So I like to brush it out. It takes a little bit more time, but that's okay. Not too bad. Oh, I did make quite a mess, didn't I? Not easy doing this on camera. Okay. That's okay. Set that aside. Let's see how bad I did, huh? 17.9. I lost it. I lost 0.1 grams of coffee in there. That's okay. Well, I guess I lost it there. Okay. So I've had my machine preheating. That's the first thing you want to do, is you want to turn this on and let it preheat. If you've got a Gaggia Classic, 15 minutes should be fine. It just takes a little bit. This light will flick on and then it'll turn off and then it'll turn back on. So I just give it a little bit of time to get fully preheated. I leave the portafilter in. This guy is pretty hot. I've got a couple different changes from the default in this one. I've got a bottomless portafilter with a decent basket from the Decent Espresso machine. I don't have the Decent Espresso machine, but I bought their baskets, precision portafilter basket, pretty nice. And I've changed out the shower screen and the spring that's in here. There's a OPV spring in the OPV valve. It starts off being like 12.5 bars. And then you can get a spring kit to change that to a 9-bar spring or a 6.5 bar spring or a 5-bar spring.
Okay.
I've got the 9-bar.
Me from the
right
future.
now.
All I'm trying to say here, the rambling on, is that I changed the spring. It's an overpressure valve spring, and it reduces it from 12.5 down to 9 bars or down to 6.5 bars, whatever spring you want to put in there. I'll show a couple images and I'll put some links down in the description, but all it is if you have a Gaggia Classic Pro, you can reduce the pressure and it makes your life easier. When you're trying to dial in, you don't have to grind as fine, and you get less kind of channeling, and you get less of this spray through your puck. It makes your life easier. You can still use the 12.5 bar spring. I've gotten decent espresso out of a 12.5 bar spring, but if you're interested, I'll leave some links. That's all I'm really trying to talk about. Anyway, back to the video.
Anyway, let's get started on making this espresso. So I've got a dosing funnel here. Okay, make sure to get all the grounds out. Some will kind of get left behind, so hit it on the work surface, shake it up, pour it out. All right, should be good. And I've got a WDT tool, or a WDT. No, it's WDT tool. Okay, I'm just breaking up the grounds. There's a little bit of clumping, so you just break them up, get them evenly distributed. Okay, should be good. All right, then give it one little tamp on the surface here, and get your tamper. I've got the Normcore tamper. It's just nice because it kind of levels it. Okay, good tamp. And then for me, I use these shower screens. Seem to work pretty well. Help with the water distribution and some channeling. All right, so leave this here, and then I'm gonna flush the group head, okay? Clean it. Also, the temperature on the Gaggia Classic kind of likes to wander. So what we can do is we can purge some of the water, which will get all the hot water out of the boiler that's in here. So once this light kicks off, then the boiler is going to turn back on, trying to bring everything up to temperature. Okay. So we can do that. All right. And I'll put my portafilter in. Okay. Get my scale set. Get something to put it in. Turn my scale back on. So we're good to go. The light turned back on. Get some B-roll here. Okay. Okay. We have 38 grams in 25 seconds. So you want to shoot for about 25 to 30 seconds. So anyway, let's take a look, huh? Let's get this to focus here. Not bad. Good amount of crema. Let's give it a swirl. All right.
So as I wrap up here, instead of letting past me ramble, I just want to kind of touch on roast level, and what I've found as being a complete novice is that roast level will affect how coarse or fine you have to grind. I'm using a medium roast, the Five Sisters blend from Pachamama. I also like their single origin Ethiopian, which is a lighter roast, but I find that I have to grind a bit finer on that lighter roast than I do my medium to get the shot to pull out in a similar time frame. So from researching and kind of listening to the community on Reddit is that golden ratio of 18 grams of coffee in to 36 to 40 grams of espresso out in about 25 to 30 seconds is what you want to shoot for when you're really starting out, but you could branch off and try different ratios, try different temperatures, try different pressures, and hopefully when I do the Gaggiano mod to my espresso machine, I could explore this a bit more and maybe make another video on that. But as a newbie, trying to dial in knowing how long it should take to have the espresso come out and how much espresso you should put in was really helpful. So that 18 grams of coffee beans to 36 to 40 grams of coffee out in 25 to 30 seconds is a great starting point when you're really trying to just find the right grind size.
Which pill do you want? Huh? The light roast or the medium roast? All that's left to it is to clean up. So, whew, some drippage on the scale. That's okay. Take out my portafilter here. Okay. I've got that puck screen on here, so I just give it a light little tap. Screen comes out. We can get that out, wash it off, and then a little bit dirty. If you don't have a sink nearby, guess what? Give it a little rinse. Okay. And then that also cleans off the shower screen. Alright, well, while I squat here in front of the camera, because I'm too lazy to lift the tripod legs, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my espresso.
As well as thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. I'll see you in the next one.